Well, welcome to lecture number 4. I'm really excited. You've made it through now 3 weeks, coming into your fourth week, and you've really begun to work on all these different aspects from the GGAQs, which is your gratitudes, your goals, your affirmations that we talked about last week, and now questions. Questions are imperative. When I first started working on this, I never really understood the power of questions in my own life. And when I started working with affirmations and starting to figure out how do I expand my mind, expand my world, work on things that I'm struggling with and things I need answers with in my life. And I read a book, a couple books about questions, power questions, and one of them will actually be in my book recommendations, the Power Questions book. But I actually watched an interview from Tony Robbins, and he really got me thinking about this aspect of asking highly specific and relevant questions. So that's what we're going to talk about today, real quickly, is really figuring out what are all the things that you desire to accomplish in your life. You've set goals, you set your gratitudes, and you set your affirmations, but more so with the goals, how do you get forward? How do you start getting action? How do you start getting traction? So let's talk about that for a little bit. Questions, power questions, are essentially, you think about, most of us go through our lives asking why or why not are things working in our lives? Like, why am I struggling with finances? Or why is my relationship not going anywhere? Those questions are questions, and we're posing those questions to ourselves. However, they're not power questions. And when I say power questions, I'm speaking to the fact of, it's a very ambiguous, unfulfilling, unsatisfying answer of those questions. Like, why is my relationship not going anywhere? The answer is, well, maybe you're not being better. Maybe you're not working harder on yourself, or maybe you've tripping yourself, or you're self-sabotaging the relationship. So there's a lot of like answers you're getting, but however, a power question is, okay, instead of saying why is my relationship not working, you could say, how do I craft a very fulfilling and meaningful relationship in my life with my partner or my spouse, in which I can be fulfilled and see that our relationship with each other is growing and expanding? How do we do that? Wow. Now there's a power question. And the power question comes in the sense that you are taking all these little elements and specifics and asking your higher self. And that's the key. You're asking your subconscious, you're asking your higher self, hey, how do I craft this new relationship in my life? Now, once you start experimenting with this, the significance of this will start to be profound in all areas of your life. That's, hey, I'm struggling with my finances. How do I create a passive income stream, 5 passive income streams, in which I can generate 1,000 to 2,000 extra a month? Again, there's another power question. When you ask yourself, your higher self, these questions, these subconscious questions, you'd be amazed at the answers that come. And they may come from very unexpected sources. For example, you could be on the internet one day or on your phone and surfing the web, and suddenly an ad comes up, or an article draws your attention, or you open a book, or you turn on the radio or the TV, and suddenly that thing that you've been looking for suddenly appears and it's there. Okay, so you're activating your subconscious, you're asking those power questions, you're asking high relevance, highly specific questions for your life, and now you're starting to see that the answers are coming to you. Well, the answers are the clarity, the focus, and now the biggest aspect, that one that I've struggled with and didn't really realize it till most recently, within the last couple months and years, is the fact of taking action. If you're going to ask these specific questions, then you're going to get the answers. Well, it's up to you now to take the action. Are you going to change your relationship? Are you going to start putting in the hard work? And I'll put a caveat in here. When you begin to ask these questions and you start receiving the answers, don't be freaked out about the answers because a lot of times they're the things that we need most in our lives. And that action component, that change component, which is the action, hey, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to take a different way. I'm going to listen to my higher consciousness. I'm going to listen to my spirit. I'm going to listen to the answers that are coming, and I'm going to put a plan together, and I'm going to create focus and purpose and clarity around that action, and suddenly your life will begin to change. That's it for right now. That's the end of this lecture for this week. But I really want you to focus on, for your homework, asking highly specific, highly relevant questions for your life. And be thinking about all the things that you've been struggling with and maybe asking questions that were very vague. That's the problem with a lot of the things that we do as humans is we're very vague in our questions. However, we have a supercomputer in our mind and a connection to infinite intelligence. And if we learn to harness this and use this for our lives, you will be blown away by the amount of change and answers and things that start arising in your mind for your life. Hey, I'm excited again that you've come through 4 weeks. Next week will be our wrap-up lecture, and it won't be very long, but I just want to give you some takeaways for you to focus on for the coming weeks and months and years. Thank you again. Here's to your greatness, and I'm really excited for you taking the steps, doing the hard work, because I know it's not easy. Trust me, I've been on this path for a long time, and I still struggle. However, my goal and my intent for my students is for me to be a trailblazer, to figure out the things that work for me, the steps, the components, and really work on putting those together for my students in order for them to see massive and a successful change in their lives. Again, when you finish your homework for this week, look at the lecture notes. But I really want you to focus on anywhere between 5 to 8 highly relevant specific questions that you can begin asking for your life. Hey, have a wonderful day. Thank you again for your time, and I look forward to seeing you on the last week next week. Take care. Bye-bye.